What's going on, everybody? It's Colten coming to you with the chalkboard. Another actually more professional style interview. I got Emily Alexander, the owner of Redhead with a Camera, a professional photography page actually on Facebook. You can find that. I think it's just the Redhead with a Camera.
It's
right?
just Redhead with a Camera.
Redhead with a Camera. Okay. Links will be in the description with that below. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe, the bell next to it, stay notified. Other than that, we're going to get in with the interview. So, when did you start with photography?
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, little. I remember having the little disposable cameras and
Okay.
film.
The ones where, 30,
Yeah,
35
that costs a
right?
fortune to get
Yeah.
filled now. But yeah, I got lots and lots of those. So, a young age, I would say.
What was you said something earlier where you were talking about insects and all that.
Oh, yeah, I like taking pictures of bugs. Those
Okay.
are my first, subjects because, you could get real, down in the dirt with them and, explore their world. And when you took the picture, then it was, a totally different place that you were taking
Okay.
to.
All right. And then, so, when did you... I guess the thing is, you didn't go to school for photography or anything.
No, I didn't. I had those little disposable cameras, and then I had, once they got digital, the little Sony cameras, and then I remember I got a camera as a gift from QVC, I think it was.
Okay.
And that one was a little bit the most professional camera I had. And then I started working at Sears in the mall in their photography. So then I was like, oh yeah, bigger camera.
Okay.
Yeah, once it went digital, you can start with them little ones.
Okay. And then Sears did Sears kick it off, or did you?
Originally, I think Sears was, because I needed a job, right?
Yeah, they paid.
Right, and it was an easy job, and it was fun. And then my best friend got hired in there as well, so then we were, working together, and that was a lot of fun. And after that, it was just kind of, hobby, because I was working at 2 other places at the time as well.
Okay. So then you got, fast forward to now.
Yeah.
Then you actually moved into where you're at now.
Yeah.
And I think you were doing it before real heavy?
No, once we moved back to our hometown, I think the business got bigger just because people knew me, and people always buy you before they buy whatever it is you're selling. So
Okay.
it was people knew me, they trusted me, and they liked my work, which is still kind of crazy, but it's crazy to think that people like your art, you know?
Yeah, so then you move back, you kind of start doing all this photography stuff. What was the main thing you started shooting to begin with to actually start the almost essentially Redhead with a Camera, which I know that wasn't the original name?
I would say just family style. I mean, because Sears taught me a lot as far as posing, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it was a group of 3, sometimes it was a group of 10, so it was really easy to see all the shapes to pose, so family and children was basically what I was comfortable with shooting. And then on my own, I still shot bugs and random things.
I know you're always taking pictures of your garden and stuff like that.
My garden, yeah. Lots of flowers.
So then did weddings and stuff start coming on, and then...
Weddings started coming on because I was helping Cara. Her photography business got a lot bigger.
Okay.
And, you've done weddings with me, so it's people always want more, or bigger weddings need 2 photographers. So I was just kind of being her second for a while and helping her out during her Christmas season as well, or any other season that was busy for her. Okay. I was helping her out and doing little side jobs, I did a couple small weddings, in the woods one time. It was just me and the officiant and the 2 people that got married. That was it. We took a walk on a trail, we found a tree, they got married, and that was one of the very first weddings I shot by myself.
Okay. So then almost working with Cara kind of put your name out there. Because I imagine you were posting some of the pictures that you took.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, it really was more to make that extra money and help Cara out, so. Yeah,
because now mainly you shoot, I would say, kids, right? Or family.
Family, yeah. But I really like newborns, so a lot of times I'll meet somebody that's doing maternity, or they want maternity photos, and then I go with them all the way till the baby is a year old, because there's a package offered for belly to baby and then newborn to first birthday. So I get to see that family for almost 2 years.
Okay.
So a lot of that family come, they like what I do, they come back.
Same clientele. They keep coming back saying, so they know at least the picture's going to come out similar.
Well, yeah,
similar
and like,
quality.
I mean, getting your baby, so newborn would be like newborn, 3 months, 6 month, 9 month first birthday. You're getting all of those like milestone moments captured, and you don't have to worry about that because you'll come to me for the next year.
Okay.
I like that too. That's like my favorite thing is to like capture a newborn, and then a year later,
you see how they grow.
Yeah, I like that.
And I imagine because you added a whole bunch of pictures of the newborn on the first time you shoot them, you kind of remember them a little bit. So
yeah.
Okay.
When I try and take similar pictures too, like I always take pictures of the feet when they're newborn, but then at first birthday, I always take pictures of the feet.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's just some weird thing. I like to see that growth. It's fun.
Little feet pictures. Okay.
Yeah, little baby feet are cute. That's cute.
Okay. So, with all the photography and stuff you grew, then you actually got the name Redhead with a Camera.
Yeah, I went to like the county and bought the name, which was really strange because I think I was talking to you about names like we couldn't figure out. Yeah. I wanted Ginger Snaps. I wanted Ginger Snaps so bad. It was already taken, and it was just like I just want people to always know who I was, and it's like who took your photos? Oh, a redhead with a camera, and it's like oh, boom, perfect. And
yeah. Well, the name fits.
Yeah.
I mean, you have big red hair, so the name fits perfect. Yeah. So, yeah. So you went and you got that finalized. You actually became legitimate, which is awesome. So, in that sense, you're you're a business owner for yourself. Yeah. With no college experience in it. And
no, not in that. No.
Yeah. No. So, yeah. 'Cause did you go to college?
I did. I went for clinical massage therapy, actually. And I took, like, some business classes. But, honestly, selling that Tyra makeup or whatever, like, when I was in that helped a lot. Because, like, to market myself and to be confident in yourself. And, like I said, people buy you before they buy anything from you.
Yeah, because I know you know a lot about social media. I'm trying to, like... we were just talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
You know, how you were doing
algorithms.
The algorithm.
Get people to see you to remain relevant and
working that and getting yourself out there because you're pretty popular on Facebook on Reddit with a camera.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, you got 15.
I just got that though. I opened it up and I was like,
it's a big milestone.
Wow,
though. That's a big milestone. Yeah. That's an awesome milestone.
I felt really lucky.
I mean, I don't think all those people are just in Hobart, so I'm sure your name's out there.
And I've traveled to do photos as well. Like we went to Vegas and shot a wedding, and Iowa shot a wedding. Yeah,
and that's pretty good traveling. So I mean, you got your name out there for sure. So that's
I have
awesome.
really nice clients though. Like my clients stick with me, and that's great.
I've met a couple of your clients just at some of your family, or not family, your house parties or whatever you have. But this is a client I shot, and it's just like, oh, okay. So I could definitely see how you have that atmosphere to where everyone feels comfortable and they keep coming back.
Well, like I said, you see somebody for almost 2 years, you know.
Kind of get to know them.
Yeah, you do. You get to know them. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so now basically, where would you, or you say did you ever expect to be here?
Honestly, no. No. I just thought photography was just like going to be a hobby, and I know, like I said, it's kind of weird that
now you're where you're at.
Yeah.
You didn't expect
that people
it to
enjoy it so much because that's the only reason I have a business is because people like it.
Well, that's what that's what people say. You work the job that you want, that you dream about. You're never gonna work a day in your life. You're gonna love it so much more. You're gonna enjoy doing it. I know personally that you enjoy going and taking photos. Yeah. So, and I know you don't mind I know editing's a pain. I edit.
Editing's
it's the worst part of it.
It is.
It's the worst part of it. But at the end of it, you get the satisfying feeling of, man, I just did that. They're happy with it. Yeah. It's getting posted. Everyone thinks it's gorgeous. And
but then you have that other side where it's like, oh, I could have done better. I could have edited this. I could have done this, and
you get a client that's a little, But it happens in every sense of business.
And they should, because they're coming to me to capture a moment that will last them forever. So
I'm sure everybody
they want it to be how they want it to be. Yeah. Well, and a lot of clients have different tastes too. Some like the candid more than they like the post.
Yeah. Okay. Because have you ever gave out some raw files?
I don't. Well, depending on what you mean by raw,
like. Not the ones you originally sent. Like if someone was like, "Oh, I want."
For me, I don't like to limit the number of images because I know how important a photo is, and so sometimes the ones that I might be like, it's okay. I'll give it to them anyways because I mean, they're getting a lot of good photos to begin with, so why not one more?
Yeah,
you know?
Even though it's not up to what you want.
Yeah.
It's not up to the bar that you set. It's still another photo for them.
Right.
There's plenty of other ones that are already at the bar. So, okay, I get what you mean. It's still that special moment.
Yeah.
So, that's always nice. So then, you got the name. You started doing. I know you did a lot of weddings the past couple years.
Yeah.
It seemed like you were pumping on a lot of weddings.
Yeah.
So, and I know you kind of wanted to get out of weddings a little bit.
I think it was more like cut back on weddings because, I mean, the same thing with images that in family sessions that I might not like. The same goes for weddings, and you shoot almost triple for weddings. So it's a lot of images to go through.
Yeah.
You know,
you get longer to go through them.
I do, yeah. I try and turn weddings around in 3 months, and like with everything that's happened this year, I've tried to stay on that task.
Yeah. Well, no, with there's like, the pandemic and all that, and there's been a lot going on this year, so a lot of people fell behind. So that's nothing.
But normally I try and do 90 days. Smaller weddings, I will try and just get done. Yeah. Like if it's
just get it in, get it out, get it out. So you ain't got to worry.
If it's less than 400 images, then I'll just edit it. I won't let it sit and wait.
What's the biggest photo count you've ever taken at one time?
Me, myself, or me and Cara together?
You yourself.
Ooh. I would say at least 2,000 for like an all-day wedding.
You got to look through all those. You got to look through
every single
one of them. Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's a lot.
But with the program I use, if I set up the shot, especially like family formals or something like that in the same location where we're just moving people in and out.
Okay.
Then if I have the lighting correct, then it's just kind of like a copy and paste, and those will edit really quickly. Okay. Because you can like bulk edit them.
And you're using Adobe, right?
Yeah, okay. I use Lightroom.
That's an amazing. Yeah. I use Adobe for my editing.
Lightroom and Photoshop very little. I don't like to Photoshop too much.
Yeah, I don't imagine a lot of people do. I know. Like, has there ever been a request to Photoshop?
On some of them, yeah. Like, I use Photoshop mainly if I have to, like, if somebody's eyes were closed in one photo and not in the other, and the baby looks better and like smiling better, then I can switch the faces out really quick or switch the eyes and do that. But I used to use it for like color correction, but I learned how to do that in Lightroom because like newborn tones are sometimes really red or sometimes really purple, and you don't really see that until it's on your computer. Okay. And so like I used to use Photoshop for that, but Lightroom, I have enough brushes to adjust it in there instead.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, so you made it this far. You never expected. Mm-mm. How much farther do you think you're gonna go?
I would love for this just to be my job for forever. It probably will in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. But I want to take pictures of everything.
You're already pretty far. So, and you have a great portfolio built up because you have your own website, don't you, where you post your stuff?
I use a computer program or a program on the internet to deliver my galleries, and anyone can look through those galleries unless the client asks for them to be like password protected and can't see them. Boudoir, see, ladies' boudoirs are all blocked on there. Can't see any of those.
So, and to get to this where you can see all the newborn shots so you can actually look at it, is that linked onto the Facebook?
Yeah, it is. Okay. It's linked onto the Facebook.
So you can actually...
So that's almost... Set gallery. I need a website.
But that's a big portfolio. Yeah. You got a massive portfolio.
Everything is on there besides the boudoir.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mean, you could use that to do branding, go and send it to companies and say, hey, I can take pictures for you. Yeah. And you could even get companies to pay you to go and take pictures or...
Well, I did that Lambstone Winery. I went and shot their winery there, and they used all my photos for their brochure and their menus and stuff that they use. So that was really cool.
Yes. Yeah, so now, if you ever go there, the brochure, the menu, that's got your photos on it. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's and really I know neat. Last year you had a picture that was on a billboard.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yep. That was really neat too.
Picture of the mayor.
The mayor and some of the city council. Yeah. That was really neat.
Like, that's pretty big.
Yeah. That was fun. That was a fun job.
And then through all this, you started doing, which we're going to talk about bees, because that's a big thing. So, and through all this, when did you end up, because it was photography that kind of got you into bees almost?
Yeah, I met a woman, and she wanted to have bees in Hobart. Okay. And so she got permission from the Parks Department to do that, and she needed somebody to take images for like social media purposes and websites and, you know, her Facebook groups. And she was like, you want to take pictures for me and I'll teach you how to take care of bees. And I was like, okay.
Even trade almost.
Yeah, trade, yeah.
And now you have a full-fledged beehive in your backyard.
Now I have had bees for 2 straight years. And yeah, I love my bees.
You got something to do. What's the thing you do with honey? What's that?
Oh, the extractor? It's a giant cylinder and we put the frames in and spin it and all the honey comes out.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't damage the comb for the bees.
Oh, okay. I've watched her open this up and it's intense on how many bees are in this thing. And you can get up super close. They don't mess with you. You just kind of stay calm. And I've never got stung around them. Have you ever got stung personally?
That's hard to say because sometimes the girls get angry, and we rescued that hive in Illinois, and I got stung by them a lot. My own girls, I think it's a lot of times accidental. I've stepped on them a couple times, like going out to like water the garden without my shoes on, and one has been drug out to die, and you step on it, and
drug out to die. What do you mean by that?
The bees don't allow the bees to stay dead inside the hive, or if they know they're going to die, another bee will carry them out and give them like a burial, funeral.
Kind of just pitch them.
No, they actually don't. We watched one time a girl carry another girl. This girl had already died, and she like put her in the ground and she like cleaned her all off, and then she like hung out by her for a few minutes, cleaned herself off, and then she like hovered above her and took off. It was really cute, actually.
A little bee ritual.
Yeah, see what I mean? Bugs are neat. I like bugs. Okay.
So what's the buzz about bees? Hit me with it, because I know you got the buzz about these bees. All right.
Well, taking care of the bees and like learning everything that we've had to do it. A lot of people think having bees is not needed because they're technically an invasive species. So we tried to make our garden a lot more pollinator friendly. I mean, yeah, we have the honeybees, but I also wanted to attract like the native bumblebees to the area. I noticed once we got the honeybees that the diversity of insects in our backyard increased, and there was a lot more activity, and the flowers did better and the plants did better. Like I pulled my carrots this year and they were good sized carrots.
Okay, I know you also like let some of the weeds grow too, the natural.
Yeah, I did.
Plants.
I let a couple areas that had grown pumpkins the year before. Okay. I just let it overgrow, and we got a ton of thistle. Okay. And the thistle fed the bees and the birds and moths and a bunch of other bugs. Okay. It was really neat because it just come up on its own, and thistle's really pretty.
Because that's a native plant around here, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. Well, that's super
got
cool.
milkweed as well, which for the butterflies, and it just having the honeybees changed the ecosystem in the backyard, and it was really neat to see it. And I learned a lot about it. I think insects in general are important, not just honeybees. You know, like they're the bottom of the food chain, and if they fall.
Are you gonna continue to try and do bees throughout your life?
Yeah, I would like to. Originally, I started to do it just to increase the bee population and help pollination, and you know, because I seen what a positive impact it had on just my backyard having the honeybees back there. Yeah. And they're not really a whole lot of trouble. I mean,
they just kind of sit back there in their box.
They do what they're gonna do. Yeah. There's a couple things that we do to keep them there, but other than that, they're just living their best life.
Yeah, because if the queen leaves, they all leave, right?
Yeah, and sometimes the queen will think that there's too many in the little box, that their house is too small, so she'll split off. She'll lay a queen and take half, and the other half will stay.
And she'll just dip. She'll fly on out and take
and find someplace else. Yeah.
And that's what you call a swarm.
That's a swarm. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do when you see a swarm?
If they're honeybees and you see a swarm, that's their most docile. They're scared. Okay. They might not know where they're going. They might be taking a break. Some of them may have never flown before. A swarm is such a negative word for what is happening because those bees are docile. Okay. That's why they're so easy to kind of capture because we went on a call, that big storm that we had in Illinois, lots of wind and rain. We got a call from a friend that there were honeybees on their fence. Okay. We originally thought that it was a split. Okay, well, when we got there was so many bees. I think their hive was damaged. And they had to dip. And so we began in our suits, we began scooping bees into this box that it's a nuke.
Okay.
It only holds like 5 frames. That's what your bees come in when you buy them. But it's nice to keep so that you can, if you have to split or you have to hold frames or anything like that, it's nice to have just a box.
Okay.
And we started scooping the bees off of that pedestal. It was like in between wood fencing and chain link.
Okay.
So we were just like scooping bees and putting them in the box. And Jen was helping. And she must have scooped up the queen and put her in the box because then all the bees lifted up off of that fence, all of them, and like went up into the air and then went down into the box. They knew exactly where she was.
I was going to say, because I've watched a couple things on bees, and the guy, they would find the queen, they'd put her in the box, and they'd just go let the box sit.
Yep.
For like 5-6 hours, they'd come back.
And get them.
And then they would all be in the box.
Oh, yeah, they don't want to leave the queen.
Okay.
That's what they're protecting when they're swarming, when they're in that ball. She's in there somewhere, and they're protecting her.
And they do that same style thing, like when they're in the hive during the winter.
Yeah, in the winter. They do the same thing. So they're in a big ball, kind of like penguins, and they like rotate out and keep each other fed and each other warm.
So no bee gets too cold. They
right.
kind of get to go, you've been on the outside, now you get to go to the center.
Right, but if they think that switching a bee out would be detrimental to the queen's health, they won't do it. Sometimes your bees get too hot and they'll cook her because they're protecting her too much. They could be starving and she could be cold and there could be food right here. They won't go to get it. It's all about the queen. It's all about her.
Okay.
She is the bringer of more life.
Okay. All right. I know she looks you pointed your queen out to me. She's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, she's the biggest one in the box.
And she's got that white dot on her booty.
Ours this year didn't have a white dot.
Okay. You got a new queen?
Yeah, well, because my colony
right.
died last year, so when we got our nuke, she was already in there and mated, but she wasn't marked.
Okay. So she's just bigger.
She's the biggest one in there.
Is she bigger than your last one?
Yeah, and she was a little different color than the last one. Her bottom was a lot darker, shinier. You're supposed to mark them each year with a different color so you know how old they are.
Really?
Yeah, but that's kind of dangerous. Like, you gotta, capture your queen and not hurt her.
How do you mark them?
Right, and let's not get attacked by a bunch of other
Sharpie?
bees.
Did she use like a Sharpie or something?
No, they have special paint that you use just for,
I guess you can kind of just find it in the frame when you get it out and just kind of like dab it out.
You're supposed to take her and put her in the little cap thing and... Yeah, it just seems dangerous to me.
Seems like torture to a bee.
Yeah. Going into that box, the number one thing is to find the queen. And, once you find her, it's that big relief, okay.
I know that was when I was there when you opened up, that was the first thing you were like, oh, where's the queen at?
Always looking for the queen.
And then after you found her, she was just chilling. You did the rest of your thing.
Yeah.
So, and then I know you have, pre-filled ones where they can, fill in, and then they have empty. What's the whole point of having empty and then pre-filled?
The plastic frames?
Yeah, the plastic.
The plastic frames just gives them a foundation to kind of start on, so they don't have to start from scratch.
Okay.
Plus, a lot of those are dipped in, beeswax already, so it gives them something to start with.
Okay, and then they work their way to the empty frames, and then they start building their own.
Well, they'll start building on any space. If there's more than 1/8 inch space, that's called bee space.
So that's what you got to space
1/8 inch, yeah. Man. Everything is spaced. They just need that much. Anything more than that, they'll fill it up.
Man. They got little itty bitty amounts of room in there.
Well, they're like architects. Do you remember when we we showed you guys them festooning?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Where they're they hold hands and legs and antlers, to measure out.
That was a crazy thing to see. Yeah. If you have time, go look that up on YouTube.
Yeah, Google festooning.
And it's a very interesting thing to look at. I never thought bees would do it. They literally hold hands.
Yeah. So, legs, antlers, anything so they can measure out the space they need to build or fill.
Intense.
Yeah.
They're literally becoming a ruler.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3 bees wide.
Yeah.
It's 3 bees wide. Gotta fill it.
I hope they do well this season. This colony is a lot stronger than the last one, and they're sitting on probably about 50 to 70 pounds of honey in their box right now.
Okay.
So I left all of that for them.
Oh, so they got plenty of food.
Yeah, and it's insulation for them as well.
Okay,
when you look, there's a pattern you always look for on each frame, and the way that the frames are set up in the box, you have 10 or 8, and it should be honey on these first 2 here, so that they're nice and insulated.
Okay.
And then they'll probably do honey, and then they put the babies in the center, because that's where it's the warmest.
Now, do you insulate the box anymore during the winter for them?
We insulated them last year, and they died. And I didn't really do a whole lot to them this year, and we'll see what happens. In the wild, they don't get insulated.
Yeah.
So
And they're kind of in the wild. They're out there in your backyard in a box. But I mean...
Yeah. But I know they're still alive. The nice sunny day we had yesterday.
They peered out?
They were out. Yeah.
They're probably out today, too. It was real nice.
Yeah. If it gets above like 40, they'll come out.
Yeah, they kind of say, all right, Queen, you're good. I'm going to go look around a little bit.
Well, they also won't use the bathroom inside the hive.
Oh, so they
do cleansing flights. Yeah, so they'll leave to go to the bathroom.
What does a bee poop look like?
I don't know, but in the wintertime, they'll think it's like really, really sunny, but it's like super cold here, right? But if the sun is out and they operate by the sun, so they'll go to do a cleansing fight and they'll get out there and then they can't get back because they've frozen.
What? They
just freeze. Trying to go to the bathroom.
Have you ever found a frozen bee?
Yeah, we found a couple of them.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Because they just won't poop in there.
Yeah, they just won't go to the bathroom in there.
I wonder if it's like a fish poop, if it's kind of stringy.
I don't know. That's
so interesting. Because they eat, what do they eat? Honey?
They eat all kinds of things, mostly protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
they collect pollen and nectar and honey and...
Will they eat the honey in the winter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Bees are so fascinating. Ever since you got them, every time I'm there, I got a, if I find it, I'll insert it right here, but I got a time lapse actually for bees for like it was like an hour long. I think it came to like 10 minutes long after the time lapse came out. But it's really cool to see their patterns because they have flight patterns. Some of them were flying. It was like off to the left, and every time they come out, you just see them. Another one off to the left. One would come back, he'd come in, come around, circle, and go up in the hole.
Yep. Well, and that's something, the reason they do that is because they're empty on the way going out and full on the way coming in. That's how you can tell if your bees are being robbed. Because if they're zooming in really fast and taking off heavy, then they're stealing. Those bees are stealing from your hive.
Oh, what do you do with those bees? Lock them up?
Well, you have to watch them and make sure that they don't rob you. Like Kara's bees were robbed by yellow jackets, so she lost the entire colony.
Damn wasps.
Yeah.
Wasps stink.
Yellow jackets.
Oh,
they were really bad this season.
Mm-hmm.
And they pollinate, but they're kind of jerks.
They're kind of jerks. They ain't no honeybee.
They can continuously sting you. Honeybees just kind of sting you once, and then that's it.
And then they die. They poop out.
If you let them work the stinger out of your skin, then they don't die.
Yeah, but random people out there getting stung ain't letting them work that down. It's open to this.
We had a sting happen here through the suit, okay, and he just waited, and she worked herself out. It's because our skin has elasticity in it. If a bee is fighting another insect to protect the hive, then it doesn't lose its stinger. It loses its stinger with us because it has barbs and our skin has elasticity. So it pulls it out.
Imagine like a bee and wasp fight. Imagine how intense that'd be if you were that small.
Yeah, the bees would gang up on the wasp though.
Yeah, the bees win against wasps, don't they?
I'm not sure. It depends. I know that my bees killed the carpenter bee. There was a big old carpenter bee outside
the real fat ones, aren't they?
Yeah, but they got big shiny butts.
What do they do besides eat wood?
They pollinate as well.
They do? Oh, lucky. They're lucky.
Feed bats.
Feed bats. And bats are a big thing as well.
I noticed increase in that as well.
Around your house, bats?
Yeah. There were more bugs.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's good. Bugs are always a good thing. I know a lot of people complain about bugs. You know what? I ain't seen cicadas in forever.
I think they come like every 7 years or something like that. I remember them screaming a couple years ago.
I feel like when I lived in Kentucky for
those
those 3 years.
Screams, right?
Yeah, they're like.
And you find the shells, yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen one still. Because as soon as they crawl out, they shit out.
Yeah.
But I found one once where it was like about to break out of its thing and it was still alive, and they're a creepy little thing. They're like...
Yeah, we just found some of those shells, so they're still around.
They're locusts. Yeah. As I say, when I lived in Kentucky, I thought they came out like every year. Swear.
They might there because it's a little bit warmer.
So it was annoying. It was super
annoying. Maybe it's just a noise that you associate with being in Kentucky, though.
Well, yeah, if I go there now and I don't hear them, I'm like, why is it so empty here? Where's this noise? Because you go outside, you would hear cricket. Like you come up here, you don't hear a lot of that. You hear a lot of, normal traffic and stuff like that.
You hear more bugs down there.
But if you, sit around, you still don't hear, crickets going or a toad or no normal stuff.
Well, no, it's because it's earth there.
I guess, yeah. There's a lot more weeds and stuff randomly growing everywhere. And not a lot of bees, though.
Richer ecosystem. Well, the bees are only going to be where they're going to eat, and they also like to be within 4 miles of fresh water. So
we're between 2 creeks.
Yeah. might not be enough though.
I feel like all we got is mud daubers, and those things are just pointless. Those mud daubing wasps that build the little
wasps.
mud things.
I think
up on
those
the
are
wall.
pollinators as well, actually.
They need to quit building mud stuff all over the walls because it's all they do down there.
I didn't
Go in the
have any of
garage
those in the yard this year. I had the carpenter bees, and I had some new flying, I don't know what, some kind of beetle.
Ugh.
A lot of those stink bugs too.
Beetles are cool though, real interesting.
Lots of spiders.
Oh.
But the spiders food chain, man.
Oh, I don't like spiders though. That's not something I enjoy. But all right, well, it was good talking to you real quick. Is there anything else you want to shout out? Go follow her on the Facebook page
Yeah,
if you haven't.
go to Redhead with a Camera on Facebook. Like my page.
Go give her a like there and check out her work. And if you are in need of any photography work, maybe shoot her a message. You guys can
send
talk.
a message to the business page.
So I think, are you already done with Christmas stuff?
I may do a couple more Christmas, but
so keep an eye out.
I think I want to be done with. Christmas was intense.
Yeah.
There was a lot. Yeah.
I know Christmas you always get pretty booked up every year, and you got.
I'm thinking of doing Christmas in July next year.
In July.
Yeah, I'll
just
do like some Christmas in July and just get those done. And
like, let's just come get your photos over with, and then you just already got them ready to get out.
It's just so stressful right before the holiday. So
yeah, because you're juggling your own family, your own stuff.
Yeah, we
and
just put our Christmas tree up.
Yeah. So I could only imagine. But other than that, make sure you give a like on the video. Make sure you go like her and check her workout. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Bye.